lovely Gemini and all you wonderful cross watchers. Welcome to Cosmos and Spread. My name is Michelle Rogers, also known as the Paranormal Experiencer. I'd like to thank you for all of your subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. I definitely appreciate those because it does help bring me up in the YouTube algorithm so that I can be seen. Okay, so just so you know, I have already prayed and meditated over this reading. I have already cleansed my space, and I have already activated the crystal grid, Gemini, for your monthly reading for March 2022. Now let's get started, and I'll explain to you what came through during meditation. So I was shown like a skit in vision, and what I heard was, first of all, I heard a male say, "Well, I'm sorry I asked, honey." And then the female answered back and she said, "No, here's the problem." And then I saw in vision a picture of an old trunk. It was an old car, okay? And it had this big, huge trunk. If you can think back to the 70s, the really long cars with the huge trunks, that's what I saw. And so what this is telling me is several things here. Now, this definitely has to do with some type of relationship. Now, this can be a work relationship, this can be an intimate partner, this can be parent, sibling, this can be friends, this can be neighbors, but some type of relationship. Okay, now this can be you, Gemini, or this can be I'll call it your person, whoever this relationship is speaking of. Okay, so there's a little bit of conflict going on here because either you, Gemini, or your person have issues that are really old. Okay, this can be back from childhood. This can be something that you or your person experienced prior to this relationship, or it can be something that you experienced during this relationship that you have now, but something that's never been resolved. Okay. And because the trunk was so huge and the trunk was closed, so that's showing me that whatever that junk, that saying junk in your trunk, or whatever that baggage, that junk is, it's being stored and stored away and not looked at. It's not actively being healed the way it needs to. Okay. And I also got from this that there's a lot of heart hurt. Okay, so you or your person, take this how this resonates, may need to resort to some sort of heart chakra healing. Now, of course, if there are emotional issues, I have to say a disclaimer, please see a qualified healthcare professional. Okay, but I also, in addition to that, recommend listening to heart chakra healing solfeggio frequencies. That is 639 hertz. If you like crystals, using green crystals or wearing the color green. But I do recommend that you research various ways to balance the heart chakra in a way that resonates with you. Okay. We're all going to like to do things differently, so it's completely up to you. But just please, as I always say, when you're researching, please use your intuition, okay, to what you feel is for you and what is real for you, okay? Now, and then after that, I saw the Eye of Providence, which is the eye of God looking over humanity. So what that told me was that God is watching over you, the Holy Divine, okay, in this experience, okay, is going to help you heal through this. Now, will you or this person, whoever this is for you, will this heal you completely during this lifetime? Well, we all heal at different phases. Sometimes that, the entire healing process, it may not be complete when you finish this lifetime. But the thing to remember is putting action towards the healing process. That's what is the important part, okay? Learning unconditional love and being able to learn how to communicate, facing those fears from past hurts, because a lot of times, you know, the way that this female was answering back, you know, she was like, no, here's the problem. Okay, so in the skit, so whoever your person is, or again can be you, really needs to dig and dive deep within your spirit, your body, mind, and spirit, and pull out all of that junk. Open that trunk up, okay, and begin one by one pulling out that luggage, unzipping it, taking out each item and going through it, okay, because it's going to be very important for your spiritual growth to be able to do this, okay, because it's going to be able to help you be much lighter spiritually. It's going to help release you from feeling so heavy and weighted down with bondage, okay? And I definitely recommend that you also research ways, if you don't have your own way already, of how to cut spiritual cords. And if you don't know how and you don't understand how, you can always reach out to me, and I can send you an email. I have two different very easy ways to be able to take care of those things that I do. May not work for you, but most certainly if you reach out to me as soon as I can, I will send those to you, okay, for you to use completely free. All right, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to dim the lights so I can begin scrying the crystal and the turban shell. I'll be right back. Okay, Gemini, I'm back. Give me just a moment, please, to line up to the crystal. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, please show me, tell me, or both, what does lovely Gemini need to know for the month of March 2022, please? Bigger, please. Okay. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing male and female. Now, what this is representing is its symbolization, male energy, feminine energy. They're standing side by side. The female has her eyes closed. The male has his eyes open. They're both looking like, or facing the same direction, okay, straight ahead. Now, here's what this means. Symbolically, so there's a female energy. It doesn't have to be a female embodied. I need you to understand that. But a female energy who, because she has her eyes closed, is going back to that trunk, okay? She said, this is what the problem is, okay? And is carrying around all this baggage, okay? Her eyes are closed. She's not being able to see with clarity, not being able to see things in the manner that she needs to, because she's so clouded by the past that it's affecting how she is today, okay? And there's some kind of healing, again, that has to take place for this person. It really, really needs to take place. And this male, that energy that's standing beside her with the eyes wide open, it's as if he's having to navigate the whole relationship, because, you know, it's kind of like if you think of someone helping to lead a blind person, okay? Someone with their full sight leading a blind person. While the blind person is, you know, fussing or kind of arguing or a little bit snappy at the person that can see that's trying to take the lead here, trying to keep the blind person safe, and the blind person's just snapping back and saying, well, you should have warned me of this, you should have told me this, you should have told me this. And the person with their eyes open is just kind of like, gee, what is going on here? I'm doing the best that I can. But so that's going back to this person, this female energy, is having all this junk that has just, because remember, this trunk was huge. All the stuff in there, packed away, okay, and hasn't been touched, hasn't even been looked at for well, I feel like for most of you, years, okay? And, you know, it's time that healing has to begin. Facing these things. I mean, if not, it's like this person is just eating this person alive, and this person needs to be free. Thank you, Spirit. Please continue. Please show me, tell me, or both. What does Gemini need to know? March 2022, please. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I just saw a bear. The face of a bear. Okay. Now let's think about the symbology of a bear. What I intuitively feel in this moment. I work with a lot of symbols. So a bear knows automatically when to hibernate. Okay. Now what happens when a bear hibernates? They go into a cave. They get real comfortable. They get quiet. And then they sleep. Right? They go into a nice, deep, healing, relaxing, rejuvenating sleep. Okay? And their bodies automatically know when to wake up. They know when it's springtime and it's time to come out of that cave and see the new scenery, okay? The new life that's been birthed. Now, so for the person that has all of this emotional stuff that is just stored away, this person needs to be able to have some time alone. Needs to be able, if that means, you know, turning the phone off, turning the TV off, going somewhere on a trip for a few days, or if that just means retreating to the bedroom and, you know, just staying in bed for a few days. That this person really needs to, I feel like the dark night of the soul basically getting ready to come towards this person, okay? It's almost like this person, if they don't take the time and energy to begin action on this healing process, the dark night of the soul is going to kick in regardless whether this person wants it to or not. Okay? And I just feel like this person needs to go into a, per se, hibernation themselves. And while they're there, getting their rest and relaxation and rejuvenation for when they come out of that cave, right? That they can, that this person, while they're in that cave, they can begin to think of the things that they have stored, okay? And begin facing those and learning about that forgiveness doesn't have to mean that what someone has done to someone else to hurt them, it doesn't make it okay. Okay? We forgive people to be able to make our spirit lighter. Okay? So we're not having a trunk full of junk. Okay? I mean, think about it. When you're driving a vehicle and you have your vehicle weighted down, it uses more gasoline. So that's just draining, more draining on your body, mind, and spirit, that when you keep pulling that around with you. So I really feel like Spirit's saying that it's time to begin to release all of that, okay? Or at least take action towards it. Okay, Spirit, what else would you like to tell us in the crystals for Gemini? Your finger, please. Yeah, okay, so I see the head of the cobra. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times when I mention a snake, people think, oh no, you know, I'm going to get bitten. And it does mean that sometimes. In this situation, it's different. This cobra has one eye open. Now remember, I saw the female energy earlier. She had both eyes closed. So this time I saw the cobra with one eye open, one eye closed, and it was looking at me, and its mouth was closed. It was a very peaceful looking snake. And what that's telling me is, once going into this hibernation mode, whether it's you or your person, and taking that activation upon healing that junk in the trunk, slowly, here's that one eye that's opening. Because what do snakes do? They shed their old skin, okay, right? When they're shedding, they're getting rid of stuff that no longer serves them. So the new energy, the new can come in. And that's exactly what I feel like Spirit's trying to say with the symbol of the snake, okay? And then I feel like eventually it won't be much longer, and then both eyes will be open, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video again and turn the lights back on, and we're going to continue with the cards. Be right back. Okay, Gemini, I'm back. Let's see what card Spirit has for us. Spirit, which deck would you like for me to begin with, please, for Gemini? March 2022, please. Which deck, please, Spirit? This one? Okay, thank you. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, all who are with me in the highest divine realms of love and truth, please show me, tell me, or both, the most important information that Gemini needs to know for March 2022, please. What is the most important information that Gemini needs to know, please? Thank you, Spirit. These? Yes. This one? Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look, I said heart hurt. Your heart chakra. Look, fourth chakra. That's your heart chakra. Oh, see, you can't make this stuff up, y'all. This is just beautiful. Okay. All right. Just a moment. Wow. Okay, so this is just a confirmation here, okay? Definitely some heart hurt going on here. Things that need to be healed, okay? Okay, and guys, I recommend that anyone, when I give a number out, please know I'm giving the reduced number, meaning, and what I feel intuitively, please look up angel number 38 or whatever number that I give you, okay? So in this case, I'm going to give you angel number 11, okay? Now, that means healing. Number 11 is also a number of manifestation, okay? It's also a number, some of you may be dealing with a twin flame. And one of my symbols for twin flames are angel wings or feathers. And we have those here. So some of you may be dealing in a twin flame relationship, and it may be you feel it may be very hard for you. But if you are in that twin flame relationship, because the number 11 is also a number of twin flame, if you're feeling like you are with your twin flame, something to remember is twin flames come together in order to help each other heal. Okay, so that the ultimate outcome, if you can stay the course, and not a lot of twin flames can stay the course, just so you know, but if you can, the ultimate goal is for both people in the relationship to heal and then be able to live their bliss together. Of course, there'll still be adversities. That's living here life. But I'm talking about the major healing, being able to help each other heal and bring each other out of the depths of that deep hurt, okay? And then being able, because once you begin healing, you begin raising your frequency. Well, what happens is, if you're raising your frequency, you're also raising the frequency of the planet, okay, which is bringing more positive and happy frequency to the world. That's part of the purpose of twin flame, okay? Not the whole thing, but if you are dealing with a twin flame, that is part of it. Now, for those of you who are not, let's go back on course here. Definitely research how to balance your fourth chakra, okay? This can really be a benefit. Again, remember my disclaimer. If you need professional help, please do that. But these things, in addition to that, can help you, while you're at home, and use what resonates with you, okay? Now, the next thing we have, man holding a coin, okay? And you'll want to look up the number 43. And I'm going to give you the number 7. Now, this number 7... Now, this can be about a tower moment, okay? Because in the tarot, the number 7 is a tower, okay? At least in a lot of decks. Not all of them. But, so that's something that you need to look at here. Number 7 also is, to me, like the Chariot. Okay, the Chariot, that you have two people who it could be from different backgrounds. It could be two different religious backgrounds, two different ethnicities, two different upbringings somehow. But you're trying or attempting to come together, okay? And that comes with tower moments, right? The shaking up, and like we're talking about now, and bringing each piece of luggage out and sitting it on the ground and unzipping it and going through every little item, okay? And a lot of times when you get going, when you unzip that first one and you start pulling things out, you're like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, I forgot I had this. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had this, right? I mean, I've done that many times. I've stored things away and then I go back looking for something and then I'm like, oh wow, I'm having Christmas all over again. I have this stuff I forgot I had. Well, that's the same way that junk that we don't allow ourselves to heal from for whatever reason, and we just throw it to the side, eventually that collects, and it's the same way. So as you begin peeling off those layers of hurt then you're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about this one. Okay, so let's start healing and working on this one now. Okay, so I really feel like once you can do that, then the chariot, it can lift up. Okay, it can lift up off the ground. It's not being weighted down anymore. And then you can begin to raise your frequency. I hope this is making sense to you. Okay, Spirit, more cards for Gemini. Oh, this one, thank you. Holy Spirit, Holy Divine, what is the most important information that you would like to bring forth to Gemini, please? For March of 2022, what is the most important information, please, for Gemini for the month? March 2022, please. Woo. These? Yes. More from this deck? No. Okay. See what we have here. Oh, wow. See? Look here. You have the owl. Okay? Now, this is mindful wisdom. Create inner harmony. Okay? Now, first of all, let's go to the number. It's number 28. So I ask you to please look up that number. Okay? And find what resonates for you in your situation. Okay? Now, mindful wisdom. Create inner harmony. So the one huge thing to remember, that it's our own, let's see, how should I say this? It's up to each of us to find our own happiness. So in other words, it's not our partner, it's not our parents, it's no one's responsibility to make us happy. Now, yes, that's a beautiful side effect per se to have in any relationship, but ultimately it is up to ourselves to make ourselves happy, as long as we're not hurting ourselves or anyone else. Okay? Now, something else. I want you to look. This owl is looking straight forward. Okay? So both eyes are open. That's clarity. Okay? And if you can see, it looks like rays coming off. Okay? That's intuition opening up. Being able to see things more clearly, more brightly. Okay? And then if you see that also, but this owl it's perched. It's not in flight yet. Okay? So it still has to, it's kind of like being in that hermit mode I was talking about, or that stuck and stagnant type energy. In order to go within, okay, you see, go within, all this intuition working, and begin to release and figure these things out. Okay? Because right now that bird is just too weighted down like the chariot to be able to take flight. Okay? But look, can you see this jagged rocky mountain that's behind this bird? That's in the past. There's many more back here in the past, okay, that need to be healed. Very, very beautiful. Okay, and then we have the number 10. So it's like the 10, this is the ending of something, the ending of some kind of cycle. Sometimes the number 10 can be like, okay, I just can't do it anymore. I give up. I'm done. No more. Okay, you're not going to stab me in the back anymore. I'm not going through it anymore. Something like that. And then other times the number 10 is just simply, okay, you finished out a cycle. You are beginning to learn, okay, wait a minute, there's healing that needs to be done. And at that point, you're like, okay, let me begin this healing process. And as you begin to get lighter and lighter, you're like, okay, wait a minute, I'm floating. Wow, whoa, wait a minute, this is nice. I'm going to keep doing this, okay? And beginning this new cycle of where you're raising that frequency as we spoke of. Okay, now the next thing. Number 18, ground your light. Let your soul shine. Yes. Very, very beautiful. Okay. Now, number 18 is number 9. Okay. So that's where I feel like you, Gemini, or your person, whoever this is at right now. It's getting close to the end of the cycle, but you got to go within, okay? You see this light here? You need to go within, ground yourself, okay? And be able to release all that, okay, as much as you can. And remember, at least taking action towards it. That's the big part, okay? And when you or your person can begin to do that, then all of a sudden, like I said, your soul gets lighter and lighter and lighter, and you begin to see more beauty. Things begin turning more beautiful. The snappiness, the hatefulness, a lot of stuff like that begins to go away because the healing has began, okay? Begin turning more beautiful. The snappiness, the hatefulness, a lot of stuff like that begins to go away because the healing has began, okay? Now this one, we have the number 14, which is the number 5, okay? So it says the past is in the present. Now the number 5 is all about change, okay? So, remember, there's something that Spirit is really saying that you've got to take action towards. You've got to change this. Something's got to change, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the book on this for you because I don't want to miss anything for you for the month, okay? Be right back. Okay, Gemini, I'm back, and I'm going to begin reading this for you. Understanding that everything is energy, the air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sound, animals, people, our thoughts, all of this is energy. Quantum physics seeks to explain this phenomena. Denser or heavier energy can be felt by a human being's normal senses. Most people will already understand what it feels like to walk in a room where an argument has just taken place. Filled with an unseen tension, people react to these situations and sensations, perhaps with an immediate awkwardness or a feeling that they need to vacate the building. As people progress through life, familiar experiences such as patterned behaviors become more clear and evident as you pay attention to the energy of the environment, people, social gatherings, events, and places around you. It is up to you, though, to be proactive with the sense of inner vision. Often you may find yourself saying, I have felt this before, or I recognize this, but I'm not sure why. Currently, you are being asked to read the energy of this issue and the people surrounding these circumstances. You must shine a spotlight and use all your senses to remove these masks and expose the energy that is being hidden from you. And that's the trunk being closed. Not only will you identify insincere and dishonest people, you will begin to understand patterns that you have created in your life that aren't serving you to the fullest. Again, Gemini, this can be you or your person. Right now, you must use your sensory and intuitive intelligence for answers. You have experienced this type of energy before, but you must ask, what is it? When recognized, you can adapt and modify your behavior and actions accordingly to avoid unnecessary arguments, tension, and toxic situations in your social, work, or family environments. When practiced, reading the energy signatures of your environment becomes a built-in intuitive warning system. Prior to an issue occurring, you have the possibility of avoiding explosive exchanges, accidents, conflict, or confrontation as it becomes in line with your fight or flight response, creating self-awareness and energetic resilience. Okay, and a crystal that they recommend if you like crystals are blue lace agate, And angel assistance, they recommend Archangel Gabriel, and that's an angel that helps with clear communication, music, and creative writing. And an affirmation they recommend is, I remove the illusion that hides the truth. The answer is before me. Okay, very nice. Okay, to end your reading, I'm going to go ahead and see what symbol or symbol spirit would like to give you for the month of March 2022. That was a snowflake. I hope you saw that. But it was a snowflake. Okay, the main meaning of and symbology of a snowflake is each one is unique. Okay, so just remember to take that away with you. Each person's experience, even though, you know, most of the people watching this may be a Gemini, okay? You still probably aren't going to be going through these same exact situations, okay? So each situation is going to be unique, okay? And remember that your uniqueness and your baggage even, okay, is unique, and it's precious, and it's stuff that once you work through it, that's going to be your unique story, and just add more to your uniqueness so that you can help inspire many people with your stories. Okay? Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Much love to you, Gemini. May you have a very, very blessed month. Bye-bye.